Hey guys, it's Slats, and today I want to talk about being grateful for what you have in your life. I feel like it seems like a really simple topic on paper, but it's something I've really been trying to work on recently. I feel like I've been someone who tends to take a lot of things for granted in my life, especially when I get comfortable with them. And I think it's important to look back at what you do have and just really cherish what they bring to your life. I feel like the most important thing for me is the relationships that I have with my family and friends. I feel like, especially in high school with my parents, I didn't really spend that much time with them alone. And that was mainly because I had that mindset of like, oh, I'm not hanging out with my parents. Like, that's embarrassing. Like, I'm going to hang out with my friends only. And I think, like, as I've gotten older, like, I think that, I don't necessarily, I feel like saying, like, I don't regret it sounds bad, but, like, I feel like that's just kind of like typical teenager behavior. But recently, I've been trying to spend a lot more time with my parents. Me and my mom usually go to the movies like once a month. Like, that's something we really enjoy doing. And I feel like with my dad, he works a lot, but one thing he loves to ask me is if I want to go on his boat. And I feel like previous years I've kind of been like, no, like I'm just gonna stay home and like hang out with friends or like play video games. But recently I've been trying to like say yes to more of, whatever they ask me to like do with them. Because I feel like it's just, you don't know when I'm gonna move out. You don't know what's gonna happen in the future. And I think I just want to try to spend as much time with them as I can. And the same thing goes with my friends. I feel like, although I do see my friends very frequently, I feel like I don't always, show how much I appreciate them in my life. And I feel like I've been trying to change that as of recently. And I think, it's been going pretty well, but I definitely have a lot of work to do. And this doesn't have to just be relationships, it could be literal things in your life. I think about this computer that I'm recording this video on right now. Middle school and high school me would have been so happy to have this computer. I just had, a basic laptop you could get at Best Buy for like $200. And although I was happy with that and it did, work to what I wanted, I couldn't play, Call of Duty, GTA, all my favorite games on the computer. Now I can. And I feel like, when I first got this computer, I was like, oh my God, this is the best thing ever. I'm so hyped. But now I'm kind of like used to it. But I think it's important to remember, like, yeah, what I have is so cool and important to my life. I think it's just, you just need to every so often think about, oh yeah, I do have this and I'm grateful for it. A saying that I've heard throughout my life is you don't know what you got till it's gone. That's honestly a fear of mine. I'm scared I'm not going to be grateful for certain things that I have in my life until they're gone. And I feel like the way to combat this is to do what I'm doing and to try to, think of the most important things in your life. The most important people, the things you use every day, the emotions you're feeling, the house you live in. Whatever you think is most important to you, just make sure that you're telling yourself how grateful you are for it and showing how grateful you are for it, especially when it comes to people. I found this Instagram account a couple months ago that's called Today I'm Grateful For. That's literally the account name, and every day what he does is he posts a video saying, today I'm grateful for whatever it is. And even the smallest things you think about, it's like, wow, I really am grateful for that. I remember one time he was like, yeah, I'm grateful for pencils. And it's like, imagine you didn't have pencils. Like, I don't know. Like, it seems stupid to think about. It's kind of funny thinking about it. There's so many small things in your life that you kind of do take for granted. And imagine you didn't have it. It's just like, I don't know. It's crazy to think about it that way. One thing that I did recently is I wrote down 10 things that I'm grateful for in my life. I'm not going to share all of them, but like some of them, I said my friends, my family, did put my computer on there. I put, I have a house to live in. My health is good. There's so many things that I feel like are so common to like just take for granted that if you really think about it, it's like so many people would love to have what you have. And I think it's especially important to think about this when you're experiencing, a dark time in your life. I think about so many times in my life where I think, oh my God, this is, such a bad time. This is the worst thing in my life. My life is bad. But if you really like take a step back and think about what problem you're really going through, your situation could be so much worse. And that's exactly my point. So many situations I go through, I have that mindset of like, oh my God, this is so bad. How am I going to get through this? My life's terrible. But if you really take a step back, that problem's not bad. You have all these other things in your life that are so good. Just this one minor inconvenience does not mean your life is terrible. And I think if you really do think about, just think of 10 things that you're grateful for. I think if you just tell yourself those things frequently, it will make sure that, these things aren't some just random things in your life. Like, these are important to you and you should actually treat them with the respect and love that, they deserve. But I think that's going to do it for today's video. If you did enjoy, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.